you start to see, you start to examine. It's only by examining we can overcome doubt. What will happen if I go this way? What will happen if I go that way? And in order to know what will happen, you have to start to go that way. You can't just sit and wait until something happens. So at the beginning, and you will have doubt in your spiritual practice a lot. It's a big part of spiritual practice. And at the beginning, I was always afraid of it. Now, I welcome them, and I see that every time I come out stronger. Because I have to prove to myself, again and again and again, that I have no choice than to just continue. Starting to get warm, we finish. Okay, so this is the fourth of these preliminary contemplations. Are you still with me? Okay. Precious human rebirth. So we start to be very happy about this. Impermanence and death, it will not last. What comes next? Karma. Then we look, okay, I try to do only positive karma. Still, if we have these negative emotions, still we create negative actions, or even our positive actions are not so pure. This is why the happiness does not last. Still, even if I have a very good existence, as long as I have not realized emptiness, still there will be the all-conditioned, all-pervasive suffering. Still there will be suffering of change. Still there will be the suffering of pain. So the suffering of pain, we could say, come from the negative actions. Suffering of change comes from negative emotions. And the all-pervading conditioned suffering comes from our wrong view of believing in an inherently existent I. This is why if we want to be free of any suffering, we have to go all the way to realize emptiness. Otherwise, just knowing this, you say, no, it's too far, it's too difficult, I don't want to realize emptiness. Still knowing this can help you by saying, okay, then I have to settle for what I have. And you have a more or less happy life. Because you know you can't have anything other. You see, the kids are discontent. Why? Because they know they could have something else. If there's no choice of having something else, they settle for what they have. But they're exposed to so many choices. And of course the next one always looks better. Why? Because the first one has created disappointment, not giving me contentment. When a child says to the mother, please, 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 Mom, only this one, I promise I will never ask for anything anymore. The child is not lying. The child is convinced that it is like that. Because seeing that object, not having it, creates a friction in the mind. Then getting the object, this is what the mind, the ignorant mind remembers, the pleasant feeling of getting it. And then the ignorance behind forgets that this pleasant feeling doesn't last. So before you have the object, it looks as if the happiness will last. It's the same for us. We're still the same. We're still the same. We buy a new car and we have a fantasy that this car will be with us until we die and probably carry our coffin. No, we don't have coffins. Carry our body to the graveyard and it will still be shining without any scratches. When you buy a new car, you have this kind of fantasy, unconsciously. This is why you are disappointed when it starts to be scratched, or when it starts to make noise, or when it starts to, you know, when I said, if you would, like there was a little bit of something little made a little noise. I said, if you would have an old car, you wouldn't worry about that noise. You know, you would have much more noises to worry about.
I have an old car, and this week the starter just went broken. So I realized every time I switch on the car, what a blessing that it turns on and I can drive.
Exactly. That's the benefit of an old car. If you have a shiny new one and it doesn't turn on, you get like, wow, you know, you get angry. And you don't even get happy when it turns on. I mean, the newer cars, you don't even have to turn the key anymore. You just press a button. Key is in your pocket. Yeah. So, get old cars. Problem is they pollute the environment. So again, it's this whole thing. There's nothing that is just good in samsara. Everything has a backside. Everything has a backdraw. This is why we want to get out of samsara. This is why we have this wish. I want to get out of here. I want to study, listen, contemplate, meditate on these things, so I realize emptiness. Because as long as I still believe in a self-existent I will have negative emotions. Less as you go along in the practice, but they will still be there. At the beginning, you're able to see them. That's already quite good. So don't be shocked when you see them. So you see them. Then with your mindfulness meditation, you will be able to tame them a little bit. But to really uproot them, that they will never come back again, this is only through the wisdom of emptiness. Okay. So we dedicate all the positive energy that we have created today, and you worked really hard. Thank you very much. It's really incredible what we did today. Wow, usually we do this in a week or something like that, what we covered today. So it's great. Thank you very much for being so attentive. May that create strong, strong, strong imprints on our own mind, so that we do understand that where we live in, what we call samsara, cyclic existence, is not a pleasure grove, but is actually a dangerous place, because we don't know where we're going to end up next time. So when we all develop that wish to escape samsara, in order then to be of benefit to all others. So once we are out, we can really show them the path and the way. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. And may all beings learn to live in harmony and peace, even if we're different. Thank you very much, and good night. So tonight, as we have agreed, now the silence starts, and there will be silence until tomorrow lunchtime. Lunchtime, because during lunch you can talk, because before lunch is the dana talk and the books and all that. Okay. Well.